It's now time for the Reverse Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to April 1st, year 2025, when the Nashville Preds were in Columbus to face off against the Blue Jackets on the second night of back-to-backs. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensemen the following way, and it is another 11 forward, 7 defenseman alignment. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Stamkos, Bunting, Svechkov, Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and LaRue, Bellows, and Verona make up your forwards. Shea and Blankenberg, Del Gaizo and Barron, Englund, and Stastny, Osterley make up your defensemen, and UC Saros gets the start in net. We are just 31 seconds into the game where we find our first piece of action. UC Saros coming up with a save on Matejchuk, and that is the first shot on goal of the game. 106 of the first period. Now Saros comes up with a save on Werenski at the 113 mark of the first period. Marchenko on the board already for the Columbus Blue Jackets. His 29th goal of the season comes after a turnover with some blown coverage. Leaves everyone wide open for an easy finish right here. The Columbus Blue Jackets take a 1-0 lead early in the game. 3:28 of the first period. Now Saros comes up with a save on Danforth, the 4:05 mark of the first period. Merzlikins comes up with a save on Del Gaizo. That's the Predators' first shot on goal, the 6-minute mark. Merzlikins a save on Svechkov, the 8:09 mark. Merzlikins a save on Barron, the 13:31 mark of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Luke Cunnin, 14:41 now of the first. Merzlikins a save on Forsberg, 16:34. Fantilli, his 23rd goal of the season, comes as a one-timer from a sharp angle with some long range to it, giving the Columbus Blue Jackets a 2-0 lead here in the first period. 17:10 of the first. England's off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. UC Saros comes with a save on Monahan, but then Monahan beats him the second time. 15th goal of the season, a heavy shot. All the traffic in the world in front of UC Saros makes it 3-0 in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Before the end of the first period, though, at 18:34, Forsberg does respond for the Predators with his 29th goal of the season. Hard net front jam leads to a rebound, and it is Forsberg that's able to put that rebound in. The Nashville Predators on the board with their first goal of the game. The Columbus still leads 3-1 here at the end of the first period. The Columbus Blue Jackets out shooting the Nashville Predators 13-12 after 1. We hit the fresh clean sheet of the second period, and we find ourselves 107 in. It's Merzlikins coming up with a save on LaRue at the 2:09 mark of the second period. Merzlikins coming up with a save on Smith, but at 4:12 the second period, it's Marchenko with his 30th goal of the season. The D forgets who to cover after another turnover. This makes it 4-1 in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Predators do respond, though. 5:41 of the second. Bunting, his 17th goal of the season. It was a floater through traffic. It just found its way into the net, but the Predators on the board for the second time, now down 4-2. Immediately after that, 6:26 of the second period, Barron, his 5th goal of the season, is a shot from the circle, just beats Merzlikins. That puts the Preds on the board for their 3rd goal. 4-3 Columbus, so it is a close game for the first time since early in the first period. 10:15 now the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Severson's breakaway, and that was an impressive stop right there at the 12-minute mark. Fantilli, his 24th of the season, he goes around Svechkov for a partial breakaway, finishes at the 5-hole, making it 5-3 now in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. 13:29 of the second period. Saros a save on Dante Fabro. 15:10 of the second. Forsberg off the box, 2 minutes for slashing. Monahan picks up his 16th goal of the season. It was a rebound tuck-in to make it 6-3 in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. 19:42, just before the end of the second period. Dante Fabro, his 7th goal of the season, makes it 7-3 in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. At the end of the second period, Columbus is out shooting Nashville 27-21. Now, to begin the third period, 2 pieces of bookkeeping. Severson picked up a 2 minutes for hooking penalty at the end of the period, the 20-minute mark, so the Predators will begin the third period with a 2-minute power play. UC Saros is also out of this game, and Justus Onanen is in for the third period. Now, for the Predators power play, it begins. No shots on goal over the first minute. Then Evangelista picks up a penalty, 2 minutes for tripping. That leads to a 4-on-4 for 57 seconds. Onanen comes up with a save on Jenner. Onanen a save on Werenski. We return to 5-on-5 hockey at 4:21 of the third period. Onanen comes up with a save on Corrali, and at 5:23, Marchenko picks up his 31st goal of the season, making it 8-3 in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. 6:23 of the third period. Corrali's off the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. At 9:02 of the third period, back to even strength hockey here. It's Osterley with his 2nd goal of the season. A slap shot from the top of the circle gives the Predators their 4th goal of the game, but they're still down 8-4 at the 11:04 mark of the third period. It's Provorov off the box, 2 minutes for interference. At 14:27, it's Bunting and Provorov each off to the box. Bunting is going to get 4 minutes here. Provorov is going to get 2 minutes. At 16:40, the third, Severson is off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Svechkov then picks up a 2-minute penalty. That makes it a 4-on-4. And at the 18:34 mark of the third period, Provorov, 2+5. O'Reilly, 2+5 for a mauling of Philip Forsberg. O'Reilly stepping up and defending his teammate. That's going to do it for this game. 8-4 is your final in Columbus. The Columbus Blue Jackets outshoot the Nashville Predators 37-28, and the Preds were down after a minute 13 seconds of this game, and they were down by a lot for most of this game. They made it interesting for just a minute there, but then the Columbus Blue Jackets blow the Preds out 8-4. The Preds just really never seemed to have much of an offensive punch or much life in this one, even though they picked up 4 goals. Merzlikins was not very good at net for the Columbus Blue Jackets in this game, but the Predators just could not keep the Columbus Blue Jackets off the board. The defense was otherworldly Swiss cheese terrible in this one. So the Predators fall in the second night of back-to-backs. They get swept in the back-to-back, Philadelphia and Columbus, and now move on to Dallas. We've got more coming up on this game. I know, we do. Next, right here, podcast.